What's good? We're going to be going over why unique emails stand out, get clicks, get conversions, while the regular, usual, boring ones, they get dropped. Now, sameness is invisible. Different is the strategy. If you're the same as everyone else, just like scrolling on your reels, if you just scroll and scroll and scroll and everything is the same, whether it's grind, slop, or whatever, you're not going to stop to watch something. You're going to stop it because it hooks you by being different, by providing some sort of unique value or looking different. Now, the hero decides the scroll. The hero is the biggest part of your email that you need to make stand out, because if people don't actually pay attention to your hero, they will never convert through your email because you're never going to be there. They're just going to scroll and continue going through their inbox. Now, loud is not the same as unique, and I'm going to take a point on this later on. Let's get going. All right. Let's see. Your brain files emails before you read them. Now, this is basically the psychology of the pattern interrupt. Now we're optimizing for the pattern interrupt by being different. The correlation trap. 3 cents in your brain has a pattern. Same banner, same grid, same red sales block. If it's opened your emails previously, or even if it's just seen your subject lines and preview text, your brain kind of knows the gist of it, and it won't notice how your emails look if you just continue having the same layout, because it filters out what's not important and it filters in what is important. And your stuff is not important because it isn't new. And this is biological, because new things previously, thousands of years ago, that was something that could kill us, right? We could die. So that's why our brain notices the new things rather than focusing on the old ones it gets, because it knows those things are safe. Now, habituation is automatic. Nobody opts out of it. You can't control this. If you're trying to manually control this, you're not going to have energy to do anything else, because all your day is going to go to thinking of every single different little thing you do. That's why our brains filter out familiar stuff as habits. Now, the interrupt. Break the prediction and attention snaps back. So if you break the associated prediction someone would have to opening your email, or in your email, breaking the habit of how it looks and the prediction of how their brain processes what it's going to look like when they scroll, you will get the attention because it is something new. Now, novelty fires the orienting response, involuntary. Now, this is involuntary because you can't control it. You can't control this automatic response of noticing things that are new and different. Now, that's why, for example, a wrong shape in the right inbox wins, because it's something new that the viewer hasn't seen previously. And this is why it works so well. Attention sits upstream of every other metric. If you don't have yet attention, if no one actually takes a look at your emails and reads through them, if no one even opens it, you're not going to get any conversions. It's as easy as that. Now, the interrupt buys 2 seconds and the copy earns the rest. So you need to drag their attention all the way through the email, or you're going to lose the attention quickly, even though you pattern disrupt and get their attention in the first place. Now, for example number 1, bite. Last day for holiday shopping. Why does this stand out? Well, the hero is a desk calendar page. Everybody knows a desk calendar, but they haven't seen it in this format, in this type of scenario. So that's why this stands out. Now, orange marker scroll, 0 brand polish. This looks really basic. It looks like someone could make this on their own at their own desk at work. So that's why it really, really stands out. It's just a familiar pattern, but in a different environment. Now, why it works. Handwriting, as I said, reads as human urgency and not brand urgency. It seems like it's some guy writing this, not a brand. Real deadline. Order today, lands by 24th of December. Now, this creates the urgency that obviously drags their attention through and actually gets them to click. Below the fold, typographic grid, no offer noise. This is just simple if someone decides to scroll and actually wants to visually see what the products are. If they need to be reminded, they can just press these buttons. Now, this is how I read it. The hero does one job and the CTA names it. It is actually generating urgency that's real in a pattern that's familiar to the customer, but in a different environment. Now it drops a point. The script hero is baked into an image, so it actually looks real, you know? This is the whole thing about it. It stands out because it's real and it's something familiar, but in a different habitation, in a different milieu. Next one, Brooklinen, all waffle, no crumbs. I like this one because it's funny. The first headline, like the interrupt is a joke, not a visual. And now serving, that turns betting into basically slang. It uses familiar slang but in a different habitation, in a different environment, and with a different type of brand than it usually does. Now the metaphor holds top to bottom. All waffle, no crumbs, and they keep playing this game all the way down. Why it works. Layer 1 to 4 turns the product grid into instructions. It decisively shows objection handling here in the middle and continues down. How it feels versus how it looks answers both buyer types. Now here they've done their research and they keep dragging the customer down through their copy by actually making the content relatable to the customer. Now one bypass instead of 4 separate choices. It just pushes the customer through the same funnel for the same product all the way down to the bottom. This makes it really, really easy for a customer to make a decision to buy if they're actually warm previously. Because if you have 2 products, their brain is going to start processing and analyzing what type of product is best for them, rather than just buying the one easy product and spending energy on focusing on why that is the good one. Next one, dose. This isn't just juice. Now, how this stands out. The hero is a myth versus science table. You never see this, so this is definitely a pattern interrupt, especially with the bright colors highlighting the myth versus the science. Red pill, green pill, as I said, red in 1 second, and it stands out. It's very, very easy to see this. And to be honest, if you see myth, you're going to read the myth. And if you read the myth, you're definitely going to read the science, because you need to know, well, why is this a myth? Isn't it true? Now it opens on your doubt, not their claim. This is a direct objection handler, and it's in the top section. And in addition to being an objection handling, it is a pattern disrupt, because this pattern is something you don't see often. It's got this fun table at the top that's just breaking their pattern of hero sections. Why it works. It kills the I could juice this at home in 3 seconds. That's kind of the objection it handles. Our claim, then proof wheel, then 1 verified review. This also sells, in addition to being a pattern disrupt, because it starts with a claim, then it provides the proof, and then it actually gives an honest review from a customer that seems very, very genuine compared to just going to the product section down here without the review. Now the CTL sells belief first. Read our clinical studies. This is why they use social proof, and they actually get the customer to buy into and believe that their product is actually determined and has some real backing behind it. A proof is also specific. This is really specific, and that's why it also works. On to the next one. I love this one because it's gamifying the whole experience, and this also works really well because it provides the customer with the decision of choosing between two products, not choosing to buy or not to buy, but choosing between products and actually putting them in a category by answering questions about what's best for them. Now, which case are you? Easter edition. Use this map to find which peel case is your perfect match. Now, this is really fun, and even though people might just think they're answering questions, when they answer that first question, they're going to continue to answer them. And the further you drag them down into the email, the more invested they are with their time and with their attention. And that really, really heightens the chance that they're going to buy. Now, how it stands out. The hero asks you to play, not to shop. It's just a fun thing. A flowchart above the fold. Almost nobody does this. And it really makes the experience fun. It makes the brand fun, which is really, really important for its association. Now, bees or bunnies, you already answered what you want. Now you get the phone case that's attributed to your answer. So that's yours. That's your case. You feel some ownership to it. And also why it works, binary picks are cheap. Each yes buys the next one. So you continue to buy down, down, down until you're thinking, well, oh, these cases are actually nice. I answered these questions and yeah, I like daisies over tulips. You know what? I'm going to go with the daisies case. Every path lands on a shop now, so it's very, very easy for people to press and go through and actually see that they can buy the product they're interested in. Not a match. This one catches everyone that fell out. If they answered all these questions, they're really, really hot, high intent customers. And if they then come to this and they haven't really found the phone case they want here, they're gonna press this and they're gonna go in and they're gonna find their best sellers. Next one, V socks, soft, stylish, stretchy, almost gone. What I love here is the old red screaming red block, and that the headline actually fades here. I really love this because when you actually open this email, you're gonna see the fading section down in the bottom, and that's gonna kind of lure you in to read through. And when they list the benefits, soft, stylish, stretchy, almost gone, it creates a natural urgency that will make you want to buy. Now, the thing with this email is what happens here might not be that good for conversions. There's 10 products and it just really overloads the customer. This can work well if it's a sale and if the customer is actually invested in the company. However, there's no hierarchy anywhere. Someone sees the hero section, decides to scroll, and boom, they're bored. They've seen everything. They know it's white and product sections on each side. And then they're going to just leave. So hero section here, very good. Headline, very good. How it's made and designed and also written. However, the bridge section and the product section could be way better because this just flows into another pattern that makes a customer buy out of it in half a second. So the takeaway, the hero is the interrupt. 4 of the 5 never open on a product shot. Byte and Pila, they change the object in the hero. And Brooklinen changes the language, which stands out. Dose opens on the objection with the juice thing, and that is a hero move because this myth busting thing is really, really like intriguing because if the customer is invested, they might just need that last objection handling to find out that this is something for their taste. VSOX is the warning. Loud is a pattern too. The hero section, big, huge red. It's really, really loud, but it works. Standing out earns the look. Craft earns the click. This is why you have to have good copy, good design, following the hero section that stands out. If not, you're gonna lose the attention. So if you yourself want to actually scale your email list, want to see some unique ideas on how to stand out in someone's inbox, book yourself a call here, check out the funnel breakdown we do, and I'd love to talk to you. Here you also have some testimonials you can go through and see what results we can help you guys with. If that sounds good, hope this was useful. Have a great day. Check yourself.